Sorry guys, my phone shut off in the middle of the reading because it overheated. So, anyway, let's get back to what we were doing. We got F, L, C, B, cob, fob, lob. You may have had a lot of people throwing a lot of nasty things your way. Come, some, poems, love poems. You may have a lot of love poems that are tucked away somewhere. Poetry could really help you to be able to express yourself more fully, to open your heart up again. I feel like for a lot of you, it's all in opening your heart up, opening that beauty within yourself up again, and trusting in the wisdom and knowledge you have as well, but also remembering to live and let live, and to defend yourself, to defend what you feel is right, to stand up for those things, while at the same time not realizing that not everybody has to follow the same path that you're following as well. We have cloves here. Getting more in touch with some natural things might help as well. You could also be having some tooth pain, and you may be having some infections in your teeth, which can really affect you spiritually, vibrationally, things like that. Self-care is a really good thing for you to make sure that you are taking care of in order to up those things. When those voices in your head tell you lies, remember the truth that you hold within. Rewire your thoughts. It's time to let go of all of the negative voices in your head telling you that you're not good enough, that you're not worthy, that all your dreams are for nothing because you can't ever have them come true. And I want to sing, a dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep. In a dream you lose your heartaches. Whatever you wish for, you keep. Some of you could have some gifts with your dreams here as well. You may even be having some insomnia. And if so, you really need to find a way to clear your mind and find some peace so that you can sleep again. I really enjoy the subliminal messaging, rain and crickets. Those really help. It helps to block out anything else going on. And it also helps to fill your mind with positive thoughts while you're sleeping so that you can rewire your thoughts. I have a lot of them in my meditation list. Maybe I'll leave one or two in the description box below. Crown chakra, everything is connected. You are never alone. Trust and have faith in your connection to the multitude. So yeah, you are receiving signs. You are receiving messages. You are receiving synchronicities, things like that. Trust in those and believe in those, and don't allow yourself to think differently. And also work on opening up and balancing out your crown chakra so that those messages aren't getting muddied on the way in. So you're not constantly overthinking everything, constantly overly critical or overly analytical of every situation coming at you. There may be a lot of trust issues to work on in this pile. Root chakra. Be present in the moment, feel your connection to the earth and the strength that it brings. Stability is yours. And I've wanted to say go check out pile 1 a couple times. There may be a lot of you that want to go check out pile 1. Go check that out if you feel the need to. Stand in your power, stand in your confidence, be at ease. Know that you have everything that you need within yourself, and the universe will provide the rest. If I didn't know that, I wouldn't be able to continue being here doing this for you every day, because you know what? I don't have anything of my own, really. I have a few odd jobs I'm working at the moment where I'm actually getting a little bit of money, the first money I've really been able to make in this last year. And the last donation I got on this channel was in July. I don't make any money from this channel yet. And so I am trusting in the universe to be able to provide for me while I am working to be here to provide these things for you. So trust in yourself and trust in the signs and synchronicities. Trust what you feel your purpose is, what your path is, what you feel like you should be doing on a day-to-day basis. Go with those nudges, go with those feelings, and let yourself just go with the flow. And also realize that slow and steady wins the race. That you have been working very hard, you've been working very long on this path and this journey, and you have learned a lot. You are an amazing teacher. Somebody who has gathered all the wisdom, knowledge, and information from around you, and you are working on having a way to be able to bring this teaching and this knowledge to other people around you. You're fighting your inner voice, your inner conflicts. You're really needing to ground yourself. Just ground yourself and know that through patience, persistence, dedication, determination, willpower, prayer, faith, meditation, all of those things are what's going to bring you to the end of this journey, but enjoy the journey while you're on it, because it is a journey. It's not just something that you are working to get to this destination and that's it. There's still going to be more after that, and then what are you going to do then? You're going to have nothing but this destination to get to, and then everything's going to be gone. Instead, enjoy the life that you have while you're working towards this destination as well. Standing your ground, solid stability with ease. Finding solid ground, magically transforming your foundation, being controlled or refusing to be controlled, withholding info. So somebody could be withholding a lot of info from you, trying to control you. Be discerning and don't allow those people to affect you or your foundation. Make sure that you are not allowing people who are trying to gaslight or manipulate you to get under your skin and to cause you to derail your entire life and get you distracted from everything you're working on because of what they are trying, because of what they're dealing with. They're dealing with their own insecurities, their own bullshit like that, and it's causing them to do things with you like ghosting or breadcrumbing or things like that, because they're trying to control the situation themselves. And that's kind of what you're doing by not being in a patience energy as well. You're just doing it in different ways. The ways you're doing it is self-destructive instead of destructive of the world around you. Conflicts and fighting for self. Seeing the reason behind conflict, and maybe more people should think that that's just as bad, because I mean, you're still hurting a person. You may not be hurting anybody else, but you're still hurting a person. Hurt people. You're either hurting yourself or other people, and sometimes you're doing both. Conflict, drama, learning the hard way. So you're learning a lot, and you're learning it the hard way. You've had to go through a lot of drama, a lot of chaos, maybe even a lot of gossip around you, a lot of people trying to compete with you, trying to take what's yours, trying to knock your self-esteem down in the dirt so that you can't go forward, because they're afraid that once you get to that point, you're going to walk away from them. And what you need to do is you need to start walking away from these people while you're in this bottom energy, so they can see that it had nothing to do with you getting any higher. It had to do with you being loving of yourself and walking away from anybody who was hurting you. That also shows them that that's not the right way to live, and maybe next time they'll do it differently with somebody, especially if you express your truth on that. But do it in a very dignified and graceful way. Don't do it in an angry, pissed off way. That I've done it before, and all it does is hurt you and everybody else, because you end up hating yourself for lashing out at them that way anyway, and you're doing the same thing that they're doing by being upset with yourself. So that's what I have for this pile, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. I would absolutely love to hear what you have to say about it in the comments below, whether or not it resonated, what you might be going through. I wanted to say mother or mother-in-law too just now. Somebody may be judging you for who you want to love, and it's time to love who you want to love. Anyway, the ones who stuck around for that, I guess that was for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys. Pile 3. So for you guys, let's see what you can do to increase your spiritual powers and gifts, and to pull out of any energies that are keeping you from fully embracing them or living to the potential of what your powers can be. I have a feeling this pile is going to be really good. This is a blue bracelet here, and I have a green one I'm wearing. My daughter was actually complimenting the green one this morning, and I thought about my blue one, and I thought about giving it to her because it's her favorite color. You may really gain a lot by interacting with children, whether they're your children or other people's children, by expressing yourself to them, by saying what you need to say, by having fun, by really just being your true self and shining, allowing yourself to open up again, allowing yourself to let go of any trust issues. I feel like you may have some trust issues surrounding relationships with kids. You may have lost a child, God forbid, to death. I am so sorry for you if you have. That would be amazingly, heart-wrenchingly awful and hard to go through. Death is a part of life, and it is something that happens, and it is horrible and awful sometimes and makes us feel so hurt and torn apart. But know that that child is always with you. Always with you. They are always with you, and you are always with them, and know that they loved you very much. But you may have lost them in other ways as well. You may have lost them through divorce. You may have lost them through a relationship that you had with somebody for a temporary basis. I saw this post the other day that was about a guy saying that he took this woman out to dinner. It was their first date. He invited her on a date, took her out to eat, and then his daughter called while they were on the date and asked if she could talk to her because she was really excited that he was on a date with her. First off, you probably should have just turned your phone off for the date, and you could have turned it back on at the end of it. Just saying, you know, As long as you got somebody there that's watching your child, you shouldn't have any worries on that front, and put your focus on what you're doing at the moment, and then you can go back to that and you can put your full focus on that while you're there, because you gave it the distance it needed while you were away. Anyway, but also, because she didn't want to say hi to his daughter, at the end of the date, she's like, I don't know if we should see each other again. He decided to ask the waiter to put the check on 2 checks. First off, what if she didn't have money? And you know what? If you invited somebody to eat and you offered to pay for their food, they were not beholden to you in any way, period whatsoever. They were not expected to be your boyfriend or girlfriend now. They were not expected to do anything special for you to be doing that for them, because you offered it to them, and you shouldn't have offered it to them if you weren't planning on giving it to them for nothing, because you didn't tell them you wanted anything in return for giving that to them at the beginning of it. And if you had, they probably would have walked the other direction. And another thing, some people do have those trust issues with getting close to a child like that, or allowing a child to get close to them like that, if they don't know where this relationship is going or whether or not it's going to last 6 months from now. And what about breaking that child's heart or breaking your own heart? But here's the thing, people come and go in our life, and it is good for them to learn that people come and go in our life. And you know what? You are meant to do a lot of great things for children, I feel like, for this pile. So the only way you're going to be able to do that is understanding and knowing that kids do come and go from our life. And I have had a lot of them come and go from my life. I babysat for a lot of addicts back in the day, and they would rack up $200-300 worth of babysitting fees and never pay me. And then my mom would yell at them to pay me, and they would never come back. And you know what? Good for my mom. I probably should have been doing it myself. And another thing, I didn't care about the money, I cared about the kids, and I was helping them to be able to live with the life they were living with their addict parents, because that kind of life sucks. And they were emotionally behind, they were mentally behind, they were intellectually behind on everything. They need to be able to have those things in this world. And because they're neglected by the ones that love them, they don't have those things. And yeah, you can figure them out the hard way. I have most of my life. But that doesn't mean that it's not nice to have those shining lights that come through once in a while who do those things to help boost us up and to help us learn and grow. And those kids will remember you for the rest of forever, and they're not going to remember you with sadness and hurt and pain at the loss of you. They're going to remember that bright, shining light and beacon of hope that was in their life for a minute, because I feel like that's what you're meant to be for these kids. Being able to widen your perspectives, open your perspectives, being able to just enjoy life and have fun and know that luck is on your side, abundance is on your side, joy. Be in a state of joy, gratitude, positivity, love, light. I'm trying to think of a song, sorry guys. I know the lyrics to it. I've been singing it a lot lately, and the lyrics blanked out of my mind the moment I thought of it. When I start my day with love, when I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. When I start my day with peace, when I start my day with peace, I get that sweet release of peace. Karen Drucker sings that song, and it's a beautiful song. I really love a lot of her songs. I feel like a lot of her songs will really connect to you and help bring your vibrations up to a state that is great. Self-made. And also another thing that you need to realize, I feel like you were abandoned a lot as a child, and maybe even had some abandonment things happen as an adult that have really caused you to close up your shell a little bit. One thing you need to know about that, you are completely self-made. You have pulled yourself up out of every damn thing this life could throw at you. And you have made something of yourself because of everything you went through. Because you had those things that you felt like were such lacking, and all you can think of are bad things of, those things were good things. They brought you strength. They brought you the ability to learn on your own. They brought you the ability to be adaptable and flexible, and to really be able to face life with passion and courage and joy and hope and optimism. You are an amazing person. Dance with life. Dance, sing, enjoy yourself. Have those moments that are good so you can enjoy life. Even in the darkest of moments, you can find something good. You can get up and you can do something that makes you feel good. And all of those things are really going to bring you in more connection with yourself and your gifts and your powers. Doug, ZEFTG D-U-Y-D-N-U, Nud, W-Y-O-U-A-W. So you need to focus on you a bit more too. C-P-F-H, on what you want and what you're doing instead of what everybody else thinks you should be doing. I feel like a lot of you have been trying to live your life by society standards or by your family's standards, by somebody else's viewpoints of what you should be. You may have even been very worried about whether or not people see you as horrible because you don't have the money or the finances, or because you don't have the resources, or because you don't have whatever it is, or the family or the friends or anything like that. You may have been in a place where you were very isolated and you suddenly ended up with nothing and you had nobody around to help you, and people may have even called you evil or thought something was wrong with you because you didn't have anybody around to help you. I had a pastor's wife who thought that I was evil in some way or looking to hurt people in some way and wouldn't allow her sister to help me, or at least, she made it very difficult for her, and then she installed cameras in her house and crap like that because she thought I was a bad person simply because I had no family or friends here to help me. And all I was doing was going over there and spending some time with her so that she could talk to somebody, so she could have some enjoyment in her life, so she could be around somebody. And I was taking a shower there and doing my laundry there once in a while. And that's all that was going on there. We were talking, I was getting her out of the house. I was helping her feel good about the little bit of life she has left again. Let out your pent-up emotions, cry without shame or guilt, punch a pillow, scream loud, use the pillow again if needed, look for meaning and purpose in life, journal, and talk with others from a place of love. A couple weeks ago, I made sure I did not punch a fence because I was very upset, and I went back to my trailer and I beat the shit out of a pillow until I felt like I was going to fall over from exhaustion. And you know what? Sometimes it's good to express your anger in some way that is healthy, that gets it out of you. Sing, paint, dance, express yourself, do things that make you feel good, and make sure that you know that nobody ever got to the top of Mount Everest by inspirational quotes alone. They grunted. There was frustration, there was pain, there was anger, there was hurt, there was all that crap, and that was the driving force and momentum behind it. So stop feeling ashamed of yourself or guilty or like you're a bad person because you have those emotions, and stop trying to box those emotions up. Express them. Time to practice mindfulness. Be aware of the present moment, observe, and try to respond instead of reacting. And that will also help you in situations where people are pissing you off or pushing your buttons. If you haven't been repressing these things or boxing these things up, then a lot more of it is going to be healthy interactions. When you're repressing things and boxing things up and people start pushing your buttons, you get really pissed off very easily and you react instead of responding. Take time to think through your reactions and make sure that you are responding to situations the way you feel is best instead of reacting to them from the first drop. We also have pug. You could have a dog too. Possibilities surround you. Shed limiting thoughts and beliefs and you will start to see the open doors. Let what everyone else wants fall away. Believe what you want matters. By the way, I got two little dogs over here myself. Those are my babies. Pug made me think of somebody in particular. There may be a Sagittarius that's important, or there may be somebody who's a very big animal lover, somebody who may even work in shelters, things like that. Matthew is also something that is coming up with that. Tarantula, lizard, Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. So in the past, you had a lot of people who blended into the background so that they could betray you. They lied to you. They broke your trust. You may not have even felt good enough for something real or something right. You're very intelligent. You need to start believing that. You need to start ending connections that aren't good for you, having the courage to release the baggage, revealing past lies. Time to open up and express those things that you need to. Courage, strength, no more victims here. Ending a cycle of pain or victimhood. Leaving behind victimhood. End of cycle of swords cards. Wishes granted. End of a cycle of pain. So believe that the lies and the people trying to trick you and manipulate you, all those things are in the past, and it's time to take some risks, take some chances, play some games, playfulness through the release of trauma. It's time to release the trauma and to allow yourself to just enjoy life, to be able to blend in, but also to be able to stand out, to be able to be your true self and all of your colorful glory, but also to know that you are worthy of being anywhere or in any space as well, and to stop feeling like everybody's judging you just because you're different. Transformation occurring, magical changes, fighting to set healthy boundaries, releasing past need to hide self-esteem or to hide yourself or self-esteem issues. So you may be somebody who went into a state of invisibility for a very long time as well, because other people wanted to be in the spotlight, and they may have lashed out at you or hurt you when you chose to express yourself or be seen. Or you could have gotten in trouble a lot for being seen or heard. You could have had parents, you could have had a single parent who was working all the time, and when they weren't, they were tired and needing to get sleep, and you had to be quiet all the time. So you kind of turned yourself invisible to be able to deal with the world around you, because you got in trouble constantly for being loud or making any noise or doing anything you weren't supposed to be doing or doing anything everybody else didn't agree with. And it's time to leave that behind. Speaking the truth of who you are and what your desires are, and finding the balance within. Yeah, so you just need to be you, and you need to let everybody else's preconceived notions or what they think is best for you fall away, and you just need to be yourself. Start expressing yourself more in your looks, in your hair, in your shoes, in your shirt, in whatever it is that you love doing. All of those things, express yourself more. Express yourself more fully around kids too, regardless of what anybody thinks about that. It's kind of like dogs. A lot of people will talk to the dogs and not the owners. So what's the difference if you talk to the kids and not the parents? I like the kids, but sometimes I find myself going, maybe I shouldn't say hi to that kid because I don't know their parent, or I'm not talking to their parent. But you know what? Maybe I should say hi to that kid because I like that kid and I want to talk to that kid. And I feel like you're that type of person too. So talk to that kid. So anyway, and I'm telling myself that in the mirror right now too, because I really need to work on that one myself. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I would love to hear what's gone on in your past, the trauma you've gone through, the things you've experienced, and everything that you might be going through right now, what you feel like your powers or gifts are. And I really hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.